Listen to nature. Look around. See all the life in nature. And I think about how many days through the season I've come here and watched it change from winter to spring and now into summer. This place where 30,000 sandhill cranes come in the winter time in search of water and warmth, but then the summer is too hot, so they move back north again to find the cool and the water as things dry out here. But the wise mountains never move. They hold space. The trees bloom, fruit, provide food. All the creatures store it for fall, for winter. They know. They feel the season changes, triggers the actions and what they need to do. Humans are a curious species. We adapt fairly well, but not without saying, I love the desert, but yet within an air-conditioned home. Let one person love this desert enough to sleep here, to be here when it's 120 degrees, to be here when the coyotes howl and not be afraid. Humans have adapted themselves to the shelters they create in artificial environments. And they look through the windows and they see it as out there and in here. And they try to protect themselves from the in here. And it sounds like I should have said protect themselves from out there, but I meant to say protect themselves from in here, from going deep within themselves to find those deeper connections of what human really is. To take that walk up that mountain and feel the changes as you rise higher in elevation, and to come and stay with all the creatures and understand how they all need each other and how much human has removed itself, that it's become this foreign species to all of these creatures, one to be feared of. We are missing the understanding of life. We are missing our place and our understanding in this life. And if we never come to these places, it's okay for us to say, I'm just going to put my pollution here because something else will take care of it for me. Or it's not my place. Just don't put it in my backyard. But this is the backyard. This is the same earth and the soil and the water that eventually makes it back into the backyard. We can't remove ourselves from the seeing. We can't remove ourselves from the being and the understanding our place in our ecosystems. We're born in a place with this blood memory of temperature and moisture and climate. And then we put on fur and we go north and we expect our bodies to adapt to be in other places. And when we don't like when it's too cold, we move someplace that's warm. When it's too hot, we go back into the air conditioning. or we move back north. We're not too separate from the creatures that migrate, in the sense that we want to find that balance. But the difference is we don't associate ourselves with life, with clean water and clean air, and the importance that all these creatures expect and need. We pollute and we poison, killing ourselves in the meantime. I saw a whole pond of frogs this morning with the remaining water that's left in the sedges that you see ahead. They're slowly dying. They're, the water, they're mostly water in these hollow canals of their sedges, but their seeds go down into the soil and stay in the earth until the rain comes back again and they return. But these frogs, or what we call a more sensitive species, these plants have learned to adapt much better than we have. And it was nice to see all the frogs. We've been missing the frogs. They're disappearing. When you suffocate the waters with chemicals, you can't breathe. And that's their environment. And they die off. And the same thing we're learning now in this pandemic that we're in, that when we can't breathe, whether it be suffocating from the phlegm in the lungs or the pollution in the air, it's the same suffocation. And people don't see, they don't understand this virus comes from the earth. It has DNA. It is adapting, not as some exotic species not to be here, but it's adapting to the environment that we've created. And it's trying to survive as well. And we've become the hosts. It's no irony that the places that have the most polluted air also suffocate the human lungs the most with this virus, with this phlegm, with this suffocation. We need to pay attention. I look across this landscape and I don't see the polluted skies. I see the cornflower blue. I see the haze from the temperature, from the nature of change over long distances here. Get out into your world. Spend time knowing the seasons, the changes, what it feels like to breathe, to hold space for other, to feel humble, part of this bigger thing than you. When we stay in our boxes, we think we're king of the world. That's not real. This is real.